Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing. Today we are probably going to be finishing off Dream Days, which means that today will be the last day for getting your vote in on the poll, but I think at this point everyone who's going to vote has voted. And at the minute, it is currently The Golden Age that is going to be the next book to be read. So at the end of this episode, we are going to make sure we've rewound time and then start reading the next book tomorrow. So otherwise, let's continue reading and then do some time reversal. The earth was shovelled in and stamped down, and I was glad that no orisons were said and no speechifying took place. The whole thing was natural and right and self-explanatory, and needed no justifying or interpreting to our audience of stars and flowers. The connection was not entirely broken now. One link remained between us and them. The Noah's Ark, with its cargo of sad-faced emigrants, might be hull down on the horizon, but two of its passengers had missed the boat and would henceforth be always near us, and, as we played above them, an elephant would understand, and a beetle would hear, and crawl again in spirit along a familiar floor. Henceforth the spotty horse would scour along far distant plains, and know the homesickness of alien stables. But Potiphar, though never again would he paw the arena when bullfights were on the bill, was spared maltreatment by town-bred strangers, quite capable of mistaking him for a cow. Jerry and Esmeralda might shed their limbs and their stuffing, by slow or swift degrees in uttermost parts and unguessed corners of the globe. But Rosa's book was finally closed, and no worse fate awaited her than natural dissolution almost within touch and hail of familiar faces and objects that had been friendly to her, since first she opened her eyes on a world where she had never been treated as a stranger. As we turned to go, the man in the moon, tangled in elm boughs, caught my eye for a moment, and I thought that never had he looked so friendly. He was going to see after them, it was evident. For he was always there, more or less, and it was no trouble to him at all, and he would tell them how things were still going, up here, and throw in a story or two of his own whenever they seemed a trifle dull. It made the going away rather easier, to know one had left somebody behind on the spot. A good fellow too, cheery, comforting, with a fund of anecdote. A man in whom one had every confidence. The end. I once dreamed that I was the king myself. What a beautiful dream that was. A shade. And just like that, we are at the very end of Dream Days. So we're going to get started on reversing time. And I do still have a little bit of the cold lingering, but at this point it is just a mild cough. And a little bit of a bunged nose. So it's not terrible. It's not the worst, you know. So we are just going to reverse time for a little bit before tomorrow, so that we don't have to do it as much mid-thingy. You know what I mean by mid-thingy. Mid-book. I get the feeling we will still need to do it once midway through the book, or partway through the book at the very least. But that's just sort of by the by. Because the Golden Age... Oh no, maybe we won't. It's only 181 pages, which means it should only take us, 20 to 25 episodes, depending on how easily it reads. Oh, and there goes time normally. So we are once again... No, I don't want to get back on the chair. We're going to once again reverse time. Read our Thus Spoke Zarathustra in reverse. Could you imagine reading one of these books in reverse? It'd be so confusing. It'd be so difficult as well. Just because we're used to the flow of words going in a particular direction. And the story would be going backwards. But not backwards in a context we'd be particularly easily able to comprehend either. That's the worst part. Oh, there we go. This should be the last time we need to reverse time. For today, at least, anyway. Although we're not in a particular rush, just because we do still have quite a bit of the episode left to go. So we will be fine. Even if we don't manage to make it all the way through. Yeah, we should make it all the way back to the earliest point we can. Without too much issue. I'll certainly get close enough that it doesn't matter. Nope, there we go, we managed to make it all the way back. I'm going to have a look at our thoughts, because I can't remember. Yeah, I get the feeling that there is the option of leaving the caves based on this. But I'm not going to do that. I still need to get this bit crossed out. I'm assuming it can be crossed out. And I think I need to do something to do that, and I think I have an idea of what I know I need to do. But I've learned that only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. I feel like this, since I've spare time, I feel like that one is supposed to be for reading. And I am reading, but I get the feeling I've just not read enough books. And this crystals one, there are definitely crystals I've not collected. So that one makes sense. Excuse me. Oh, we actually have 30 moss, so I could actually make some more moss carpets at some point. Still got 1 wood somehow, 2 mattocks, 4 flint, a lot of coal, a decent amount of golden coins, probably more than I'll ever need. I might go and collect some more of that, you know. Yeah. Maybe. Odd that we've got 9 lapis, though. Yeah. I want to try and get more moss, but every time I've been up there, it seems to be not quite grown correctly. Shall we say, or at least not all of it. There are patches, I think. So anyway, tomorrow we're likely to start reading The Golden Age, because that's what's currently winning, unless things wildly swing. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon or night. No matter what time of day it is, I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.